So for this Underlords video, I want to very briefly talk about some of the things that the most recent patch introduced, and then we're going to play a game, and I'm going to make a plea to you, the audience, a cry for help, to help me get better at this game, because I was doing really well in the last patch, and then when this patch hit, I was on the cusp of going from Big Boss 1 to Big Boss 2, and I've tanked all the way to the bottom of Big Boss 1. I've just been doing awful. So first, let's talk about what the most recent patch added. We added, proto-pass stuff that was already there, but more ways to get experience for the proto-pass. They added achievements, so these are here. There are things that you can do. You have to come in and claim them, though, so that's why I'm highlighting it. If you have not clicked on this or you were just not aware, you do have to come in, and when you've fulfilled a requirement, you'll have to hit claim, just like when you're doing your daily challenges and you have to hit claim to get the XP. So they brought that. There was a number of changes to the way the global alliance items work. There was a number of changes to, heroes and just global alliances in general. We're going to go ahead and start the game while I talk about the changes. But there was also some changes to the way the damage is dealt. We also now fight head-to-head. This is very similar to Teamfight Tactics, if you have been playing that auto-battler. And I'm a big fan of that change. There's also now, as a bit of a comeback mechanic, a free reroll that you get awarded if you lose. And that has had a huge impact on the meta. There's a far greater number of 3 stars per game that I've been experiencing, and I think that's a direct result of people just re-rolling more because of the free reroll. It also means that loss streaking as an opener is back, in my opinion. I see a lot of people that kind of just don't care if they win or lose in the early game. You want those free rerolls, and you want to keep your level low, actually, because you want to abuse those free rerolls and try to get your tier 1 and your tier 2 units to that 3-star mark. So it's been a weird meta for me because, if you watch my stream, I joke about it, and I always say it's a pairs only stream because I always struggle to get units to 2 stars, and I'm just traditionally unlucky. And when I do perform well, it's because I'm relying heavily on great unit synergy and alliance bonuses and just overall, management in that regard. However, because of the free rerolls and the loss streaking and the things that were introduced, and with more 3 stars floating around, it's not good for someone who's just generally unlucky. I know I joke about it, but if I struggle to get 2 stars and I'm running into people that have, 3 or 4 3 stars at the end of the game, it's just not going to go well for me. So meta, after having played a couple of days, right, seems to be revolving heavily around a few different endgame comps. There is a lot of people who go knights. Ooh, not a huge fan of a lot of these. I think we're going to try the reworked brooch here, even if it's not going to go on our anti-mage. But there's a lot of people going knights. Usually there's 2 or 3 people trying to force it in each of my lobbies, if I'm being entirely honest. I don't really want, I think, the double shaman, so we'll just do this and slap a brooch on it. Now, outside of knights, when you get to the end game, there's also typically somebody trying to go 9 elusive and somebody trying to go 9 assassins. Those are pretty common. I also have been seeing this weird primordial mages build from time to time. But whatever it is, almost all of them are also trying to incorporate either the combination of anti-mage and terror blade, because you can now, with the rework, put just the 2 of them into almost any comp and get a lot of value, and terror blade is still the hyper carry he always has been. Or they're focusing on somebody like Dragon Knight as a carry as well. I think we'll grab this, even if we don't have something else to pair it with. We might find other druids later. Or we might just find another elusive and get us to at least the tier 1 elusive. But yeah, it's been kind of like this weird hyper carry meta, right? So you either go for either of the 9 unit synergies, or you play Protect the Hyper Carry, and you have a lot of 3 stars. It's just been different. I'm having a hard time adjusting. So this is my plea to you. Help me get better. If you are good at this game, oh, this is tough. I really like Brooch, but I think Arcane Boots is just fantastic. So if you are good at this game, help me get better. Leave comments below. All right.
You won't regret this.
I mean, I guess we'll buy this as well. But here we're fine. I mean, we have 2 stars. Right now our opening is interesting. We have a lot of flexibility because if they come our way, we could try to go the elusive route. Or if we continue to see mages thrown our way, we could try to transition into that primordial mages build I was talking about. Anti-mage is fine because, as I said before, the combination of anti-mage and terror blade, like as a twosome, is good enough to be thrown in almost any comp at this point. So you're fine there. This is really unlucky positioning. If this anti-mage was hitting this, then we would be winning this encounter, but we will not win this encounter because my anti-mage was targeting theirs. So they're going to heal through it. Oh wow, and they already found a Helm of the Undying. Helm of the Undying, new item recently added, and it's great. Like, I would not be shocked if that ends up getting bumped to a tier 3 item, maybe even further. It is fantastic. Wow, okay. We're gonna grab those. Take our free reroll. Yeah, let's grab these. We can sell them if necessary. Wow, okay. Sure. I mean, we'll jam this in just so that we get the druid bonus here. But this is what I was talking about with that whole a lot of 3 stars popping up, because we're now 3 anti-mages away from a 3-star on round 5. Clockwork would also be an okay buy here as well if we wanted to maybe transition into Scrappy, like a Scrappy Inventors combo. But that would mean bailing out on the druids that we've assembled and trying to snap by it. I just don't think that's going to be worth it. I think we're going to let that Clockwork go. Because as I said before, this start gives us a little bit more flexibility. Hey look, it's another anti-mage, guys. Now we could level up here, but the reality is we have no incentive to. There's a lot of people going to 5, but again, if we lose this early on, you'd barely take any damage, and we just get a free reroll out of it. And the lower we keep our level, the more chances we are at filling out some of these early units. And again, as we talk about things that we could transition into, I think picking up Queen of Pain here is actually fine. I don't think we're going to pick up Slark because we're not going to go 9 Assassins. We would really like to find our own Treant Protector. That's just better than Enchantress for us by a large margin. They have a lot of 2 stars as well.
We won't make the same mistake
Making use
twice.
of the same thing. We'll grab this.
Kings fall, and pain endures.
And we're going to get a free reroll out of it. And the thing you have to remember is the free rerolls. Alright, we are going to grab this because it's an elusive unit.
Good choice.
But the free rerolls are also like getting 2 bonus gold, right? As long as you use it. Let's do this for the elusives. Even though it means less stars. Phantom Assassin this early is almost as good as some 2-star units. So we'll try this. And again, if we lose, it's no big deal. Tempted to take this because, as I said, you can, in some cases, go with this like interesting Primordial Mage build. So maybe we hold on to it. Likely going to end up selling it, though. But, you know, we take 2 damage. But we get a free reroll. Like, lost streaking early right now is not that big of a deal. Alright,
I've been
we're gonna grab this for now. We're gonna grab this. I think this goes, though, because I want the elusive unit as well. I didn't get a chance. So, there I think moving Razor in favor of Queen of Pain was probably correct. I'm only holding on to Razor as long as I am at the moment, because if we end up not going full 9 elusive, keeping Razor in for like a small mini like mage package makes an awful lot of sense as well. But right now I'm trying to scoop up some of the elusive units. We still really need to find a treant. That would help us pretty significantly. At this point I actually think we're going to let this go as well. We're not going to end up sticking her in. In fact, this might come out. We're going to make use of this. Well, this is a great round for us. So we want this. We get to stick Queen of Pain in. We want this. We're going to break elusive, but I think that's fine. And we're going to end up doing some juggling to buy this Phantom Assassin before the next buy round. But we just need one more anti-mage to get that thing to 3 stars. This did not make it where it needed to be, sadly. So we'll fix that for the future. So as soon as it lets me, I'm going to throw this onto the board for the old juggle, and then we'll buy this. And this will help us free up some space on the bench. Take our free reroll. There's another Razor that we kind of want. In this instance, if we don't have elusive, I think we do something like this for now. But again, we're just trying to abuse these free rerolls to get us some 3 stars here. There's a strong chance I'm actually overvaluing picking up these Razors, but it'd be nice to get an anti-mage and free up that. Summoning Stone is not really helping us with this build a lot. I actually think we take Aegis here. I'm not a huge fan of it, but everything else is pretty garbage. Hey, look. Ask and you shall receive. So that helps us a lot. Yeah, I think this is fine for now. We want the Razors there on the front line. 2 more Razors gets that to 3 star. We're also just waiting to finish them off. Here soon we might start spending some money to catch up and level and kind of even things out. Once combat starts here and we've locked in this 1 interest point, we'll buy this. Because as I said before, if we don't... The reason we're keeping the Razor and we're leveling it, it's not just because it's like kind of helpful here, but long term, if we don't end up going to the full 9 elusive build, then 6 elusive with like 3 mages in that package, and then like anti-mage Terrorblade is fine. So we're either going to go like 6 elusive, 3 mages, and then the Demon Hunter package, or it'll be 9 elusive with Terrorblade is the final piece. So that's kind of why we are continuing to do what we're doing. Queen of Pain, we're not going to keep chasing, but she's basically in the lineup because she's a fantastic unit for us at the moment. So like literally it. So for now, we just keep hanging tight. We're one of the few people. There's 3 people still at 5. But again, we've already 3-starred our anti-mage. It's gonna be close. Oh, I wish we would have at least killed Sniper to take less damage there, but... The good news is, again, we get a free reroll. Be nice to actually just 3-star this Razor, so we can start jamming in more units again. Alright, so here's another elusive unit, so we'll pick that up.
The time for prayer has ended. Now.
There we go. Grab the puck. If we move up, it's gonna really ruin our chances of trying to 3-star this Razor. But I really feel like putting this in sooner rather than later makes a decent amount of sense. We would like to find if we find Treant Protector, then we actually, I think, would level up and start trying to make that change. Once we get to round 15, what we also really desperately want to find is a Mask of Madness for our anti-mage. It would make a wealth of difference. Yeah, we might have to... We've been lost streaking pretty well, but we might have to start making some moves to conserve our health in a little bit. So, nothing there that we want to target. Here we want that Luna, but I think we're going to juggle to keep that Luna. Because we want this 2 interest anyway. Wow, so again, as I said, typically lately the meta, there's been a lot of knights. This is no different, right? This person's already got 5 knights in their lineup. So they're gonna just absolutely shred us. They have five knights and an extra unit on the board. Now we're at about 50% health. We're gonna have to start making some changes, which may or may not include leveling up. Alright, well that solves a lot of our problems. We're gonna do this to prepare for wolves. I don't think we leveled to throw another unit in quite yet. Hopefully we'll 2-star at least one of these, but this should be good enough for wolves. The only questionable thing is, again, our Terrorblade there at 1 star. We really want to find that and get that to 2 stars, but the chances of that will improve pretty greatly once we actually level up. We kept things low because we wanted to hit 3 stars on these units. So again, Mask of Madness would be pretty good right now as far as our composition goes. Got another boots, which isn't terrible. So that are the bracers. I think you still take the boots here, because you can just like chain reaction some mana. All right, so we got this and we got the Treant. We will we got to defend our health a little bit. So I should just wait, but we'll do this because this means this will jump to 2 stars. Gives us at least the first tier of elusive. The question is this better than Queen of Pain? Right now we're gonna leave this because I'm out of time, but I think that this goes in over Queen of Pain the following turn. We actually might be quickly approaching where Queen of Pain is not gonna be a part of our lineup, but there we go, right? We talked about needing to defend our health. That worked out. We just need to get Terror Blade up now. That's our big priority unit, I think. So this goes in, and we'll go ahead and take this like this. Keeping this backline because we just don't want it to die right away. Like, we want these boots to trigger so that thing makes sure it goes off. And again, I think we're actually approaching the point where we just get rid of our Queen of Pain. And we'll buy this because, again, we may or may not go the full 9 elusive. We might just target some sort of mini mages composition where we run 6 because, you know, if we can 2-star these, jamming them in with that razor would feel pretty good. So very good tiny throw for my enemy. So Terrorblade did get his thing off, so he's going to start doing some work. We need to get at least him to 2 stars. Like, obviously the dream, if you get Terrorblade to 3 stars, you can do a lot of work, but we want to at least try to get him to 2 stars. Because even at 1 star, he's putting in the effort. Again, just in case we end up going 9, I think you buy Wind Ranger here. But we want to wait till combat starts because if we win, we would get 4 interest. There's a lot of folks at 7 while we're still hanging out at 6. And not only they're at 7, but they're at 7 with 50 gold. So that's a little bit concerning, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so there we go. I was gonna say we need just Terrorblade to pop there. We just need to find Terrorblades, but so far things are working out. Again, you kind of lose streak down, you abuse those free rerolls. Doing the best we can. Items, you know, the boots are great. We really wanted like a Mask of Madness in here somewhere. I do think that Aegis got better with this patch. I'm not a huge fan of it because I think it's like planning to fail, if that makes any sense at all. But I do think that it got better simply because it's weird. I kind of want to juggle and grab those as well.
Please don't make me work with track 6.
But that means we would have to like 2-star some of these. The reason I think it got better is with the head-to-head thing. We're like the only one streaking and we're still not 7. Alright, this person should wreck us, right? There's 7, and they also have a 3-star and a 2-star Shadow Fiend, so like, that's gonna hurt, right? Terrorblade at least popped though, so we have that going for us, but it's not gonna be enough because of their Warlock sustain. So yeah, we are gonna take the L there. Toss these out to try to speed by here, but we might end up just selling them depending on what pops up. Here soon, though, we pretty desperately need to level. Yeah, I think these come back for now. Take our free reroll. Alright, that helps us there. Interesting. Also, by the way, I don't think we beat the bears here, but I think that's fine. I think we buy this. Because if we ever make it to level 10, then this would actually slot in. Wow, we actually beat the bears. Okay. Because we have some overlap between the elusive and mages. It's not like they take up single units. And we would also get some knights at that point. Take the knife. Let's take the knife and go with, I guess, this for now, since the other ones aren't 2-starred. At least this is a 2-star unit. I'm not feeling great about it, though, because we also would like to get Puck in there. We're at the point now where we need some rerolls. Oh, these people really just jamming that econ. They're up to 8 with like 50 gold. Well, this is the first place person, so. That's gonna hurt. Getting kinda low. Gonna have to do something soon here. Something drastic, I feel. Even though this is 3-star, we actually, it might be worth it to pull it out. Alright, we don't want any of those, that's for sure.
I move on the wind. I won't let you down.
So I think we'll go like that, and now we just really want to jam in at least one more elusive, which would ideally be one of these two. If we can 2-star them, or we can just also level up. It destroys our economy, but we need to start catching up to some of the others here. There's a lot of people at 8. And we also just really need to find Terrorblade, so. Leveling up and then maybe taking some roll downs actually might be pretty beneficial here. Come on, Phantom Assassin, carry me with those crits. I need Omni-Knight to die before that heal goes off, yeah. We're in a bit of a weird spot. I mean, the ideal scenario is we'd like to like level up and do some reworking with Puck as well. Alright, we're gonna jam Puck in there for now.
Fortune's blowing in our favor today.
Just because I want to at least hit the 6 elusive. Does kind of wreck our economy, but we need to defend our health total a bit. And even if we lose, and it looks like we might, as long as we just take less damage from the loss, so that we can survive long enough to get our stuff online, that's a pretty big deal. Alright, got the Venomancer down. Shadow Fiend's about to hurt though, because this thing's coming off cooldown. Kill it before it goes off! Go! Damn it. Alright, so turns out Shadow Fiend still really good, guys. Still really good. I mean, we could just speed to 9 to jam Crystal Maiden in. Just have no money. That helps, though. Take our free reroll. We could just jam to 9, stick her in, and then try to recover afterwards. And by could, I mean, I think that's exactly what we're going to do here. This is super risky for the record. We also really just need to find Terrorblades. Our 1-star Terrorblade, I mean, he's still helping. Helps our damage on Anti-Mage, helps our damage, is still our number 3 damage dealer as a 1-star. But oh boy, would we like to get old TB to at least 2 stars. And again, I feel like just right now, because we're down here, doing that to defend the health total was probably the right move. I think we give up on DK. Or maybe just, yeah, maybe just this, so if we win, we catch this interest point. I also feel like repositioning some of these makes an awful lot of sense. Because I don't need to be so grouped up here. Like, I need to be grouped up because we want the boots to trigger. So in that regard, we need to be grouped up. But, like, she can be back there because she doesn't care about boots. And he doesn't really care about boots. BKB, Relic, Vanguard. Let's actually just go with Vanguard here. Let's be a little bit defensive and try to keep our Terror Blade alive. Hey, we found a Terror Blade. I do really feel like rolling to 2-star that is probably better. Because again, I don't feel like we're ever going to get to where DK's going in at this point. And even if we do, it's only a 1-star. But if we do, well, you know what? Let's actually bail out on these. And then immediately find 2 more Lunas. How funny. Take a couple rerolls. So these are what we really are trying to find. Oh, look at that Razor. Just doing Razor things. So I think our alliances are in a good spot. Again, we'd like to get this, like, we would have liked to have got that to 9, but at this point, giving up this at 3-star, CM at 2-star, I don't think that made an awful lot of sense. So the question is, do we try to roll down to get this to 2-star, or do we try to hold to jam this in? I feel like we still just try to get, like, this also, like, we need to level up. I think the roll downs are probably the way to go.
These guys are really excited to lose.
And if that's the case, there's an argument to be made about maybe I want to just drop the DK for more rolls. That's going to be a bad Kunkka for them, but a great Kunkka for us. 3-star Venomancer is doing work back there. Yeah, we'd like to find another protector. We want to get that going. Shadow Fiend, man, every time. Kill it! Kill it! Thank you. We've been competing for this, but we want to get these 2 to 2-stars. If we get those 2 to 2-star, then we just ride Econ for that. So we just want a good buy around where we stick the landing on these 2. Well, that's one way to do it. Find me a protector. Well, we're gonna wait till combat starts and then we'll buy this DK. After this round, we would need, what, 40 gold to get to 10? So we'd have to... We haven't beat this person yet. This is the first place person. We've been trying to defend our health. Got Medusa doing work back there. They want hunters, huh? Alright. Terrorblade to 2-star turns out pretty important, right? Pretty big deal for us. I'll make sure that we buy that before I forget. Should probably buy that puck, but again, I don't think we're gonna get to where we're 3-starring that at this point. Man, I really want to roll down to try to 2-star this, because then that means that one of these 2-stars hop into 3 stars as well. But I think we're going to hold tight here. Right now we need 40 gold total to get to where we can throw in a Dragon Knight. And if we just naturally get into 2-star along the way, then it's completely worth it. But with only 31 health, we can really only afford to lose like 2 more times. So that's a big part of our problem at the moment. We're going to take a loss here. So yeah, that was somebody that was on a win streak, and I kind of want to see what their squad was. A couple of 3 stars are on druids. So you just got druids, 4 warlocks, and the old techies, huh? We'll take our free reroll. Again, like, I could be buying these to try to 3-star. Maybe that is what I should be doing. I probably should be trying to 3-star them as opposed to trying to econ my way to Dragon Knight, but I'm going to be super greedy, I guess. Maybe this is why I'm bad. This is what I'm talking about, gang. Tell me if what I'm doing is wrong. Should I have abandoned Dragon Knight and just focused on rolling down? Or should I have continued this Dragon Knight dream? Dino's still hurt. Shocker, I know. Pun intended as they lightning bolt my face. Then we're gonna go back to where we were a little bit earlier as far as positioning goes. In this case, we definitely want Mask of Madness, because that is just significantly better here. So the poaching can now go, I guess, here because of your fast attacks. Like, we want somebody who's going to be getting the crits when they get low. All right, so we have 24 health. So as long as we don't get absolutely dumpstered, we can still lose 1 more time and survive. If we can survive for 2 more rounds, we would only need 35
Let's try
gold.
not to lose this time.
So we're really hoping for a win here. That's a lot of 3-star units though, and a lot of sustain. I don't think we can pull this off. It's gonna be close, but I don't think so. Oh, remember when I said as long as we don't get dumpstered? Alright, well. Take our free reroll. There's a protector. So here's our interesting decision. If I sold one of these, I could actually level up right now and throw at least a 1-star in. However, I don't think it's correct. And the reason I don't think it's correct is because if we just survive 1 round, now I know that's asking for a lot here, but if we survive this round, then it's only 35 gold to go to the next level because we'll get 1 more XP, and then we can spend the rest to try to reroll and get this to 2-star. The problem is, in case you are noticing, we're not going to survive this round. But I also don't feel like sticking in the 1-star DK would have made a difference here. So this is going to be it. I'm going to be eliminated in 5th place, where I would be losing standing. Oh no, I won't be eliminated because we have the Aegis. It's so bad, I forgot. I forgot. Aegis, it's so bad that I forgot I had it. All right, well. Terrorblade. I think we just. All right, so we didn't find the DK. So now we just need to survive here, and we actually don't get eliminated, but we also move into 4th place where we theoretically wouldn't be losing ranking. The problem is again, way too much sustain. Like, this is the Warlock person. So Aegis almost saved us, but in the end, still we're gonna end up being eliminated. We're the only one at level 10, and it's still not good enough. 5th place. So this is what I'm talking about. I feel like I make okay decisions, and then it's not good enough. We had some early 3 stars. Again, maybe I should have not went the mage route. Maybe I should have tried to just stick hard with going 9 elusive with the Terror Blade. I was nervous to do that simply because our Terror Blade was 1 star for so long that I was afraid we were never going to get him to hyper carry status. So that was potentially a mistake. The other potential line that was a mistake was trying to econ my way to Dragonite. Again, as I said before, there is a strong argument to be made about perhaps I should have just abandoned Dragonite, started rolling down and trying to find some more 3 stars with the existing synergy that I had. Yeah, anyway, this is the way it's been going for me so far this patch. So, like I said, I was like right here when the patch dropped, and I have tanked all the way to the bottom of Big Boss. It has been nothing but going backwards. It feels like no matter what I try, it doesn't work. I don't know how to get across the finish line. So if you are much better than me, let me know in the comments below what I'm doing wrong, because I desperately need it. We can hop in and watch the end here, I guess, so you guys can at least see what's winning. So here, right, as far as like alliances go, it's just a little bit of everything. They got strong warlocks. You know, they've got some 3 stars going on. They are making use of the brawny. Oh, apparently the bit of a spectate bug there. But so I mean, they are making use of the brawny here, getting the 3 warrior and the 3 hunter, which is kind of nice. Shadow Fiend and Venomancer, I gotta be honest, are probably just carrying in terms of sustain. Having both of them at 3 stars is fantastic. Shadow Fiend's one of the units that can absolutely still hyper carry right now, and even more so with a Moon Shard. Taking a look at other folks and what they were bringing. So this is a 6 hunter build. And then over here, this was the like turbo warlock sustain person who we always had a good start against, but then we couldn't kill them, right? So between the warlocks, and then they also have Treant and Enchantress here, they essentially just out heal you. So as you can see here, the other person starts strong. Well, they're probably going to finish it. It's going to be close. But in the end, falls short. Now, this is another person with a 3-star Shadow Fiend. So, as I said at the start of this, right, it really feels like at the end, it's either you go like full knights, right, full elusive, full assassins. Like, you have to do something that's so absurd in terms of like a power spike from your alliances to make that matter, or else the other strategies are just protect your hyper carry, right? In this case, for these people that are in 1st and 2nd, their hyper carry is their 3-star Shadow Fiend. It's a fantastic unit. If you can 3-star it like they have, it will absolutely go the distance for you. And that's the meta right now. And so, in my case, we were trying to make Terror Blade our hyper carry, and we just never saw Terror Blades, right? It took us forever to get to 2-star. Maybe we're more successful if we get our Terror Blade to 3-star and we do it much sooner. Who knows? But this is the meta. And as somebody who is traditionally pretty unlucky, I've not been performing well in said meta. So if you made it this far and you're listening to my complaining, my ranting, my ravings, I appreciate you. I love you, and I hope to catch you in the next video.